This is damage from the underside. As you guys can tell, this is fine. No major issues here until we get to this point. I was gonna put it standing up, but this is fragile, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. All right, everyone. So yeah, sometimes things don't go as planned, and it kind of sucks that when you go lower and lower in your car, there's, you know, things are bound to happen. And yeah, today it happened. The unthinkable happened. At least I guess I was doing it, so that way I don't have anybody else to blame but myself. To say that I'm upset, it's an understatement, but it's my fault. So this is my lip. Yeah, it's supposed to be in front of the car, but it's not. And so what ended up happening, I went to a driveway, and it wasn't as deep. I mean, so what ended up happening was the left tab that holds the lip to the bumper, and I guess it broke. It broke when I was angling out, and it made the lip kind of get stuck between the bumper, and with the pressure that I kept going forward, it was dragging. And I knew it was dragging, but I was in the middle of a big street, so there was no way I could stop. You know, stop, put it in reverse, and then go forward. Like, it just. So I went from one driveway literally to the next, the closest next driveway that I could go into. And when I went in, the noise stopped. So that's when I guess since I went in from the right side, it lifted the whole entire lip, but the damage had been done. And yeah, so I'll show you guys in a little bit. Upon further inspection, I suck. So the lip, it's repairable. It's just one of those things that now I'm gonna have to look for somebody to fix it. It's repairable, so that's the good thing. I'm glad it didn't shatter completely. And even if it would have shattered like half, you know, it would have broken halfway. As long as I could get the piece back, that's the most important part. Otherwise, shit, good luck being able to fix the actual lip. So it's cracked. I even I went back to the street and I found a big piece that kind of gives some rigidity to the bottom piece, so that's okay. I'm not tripping too much about it. I am, but I'm just trying to keep myself positive. So I'm like, okay, whatever, that happened. It is what it is. So I get back on the car and I start driving because everything looked good. I mean, it looks like it's fitted on right. I just felt like something had gotten stuck. I had to shake the bumper. I was like, maybe it got stuck with something, but whatever the case that was. So, you know, I'm booking it home and I'm hearing like this tapping sound, like tap, tap, tap. And I went about half a mile and I'm like, don't be an idiot, just pull over, see what it is. The whole time I thought it was my light bulb from my turn signal, since it's hanging there, since I don't have a turn signal on that side. I was like, okay, my light bulb must be acting up. And then I stop at a big intersection, pull over to the side, and guess what I see? My lip is hanging. It's only being held by the other fastener on the right side. That shit was scary because if I would have continued driving, it was just a matter of time. It was gonna tuck in and completely shatter, and then there were gonna be cars behind me, and those cars would have run over it, and that would have been the end for that lip. So lesson of the day, check, don't keep driving if you hear like little sounds. But yeah, it's repairable. It's just one of those things where like I'm gonna have to go back to storage. I'm gonna slap on OEM lips on the bumpers. What I'm gonna have to do, just coming in. What I'm gonna have to do is pick up another. I don't know. I'm gonna probably have to pick up another front bumper because the paint on this front bumper got damaged. Unless I send back this front bumper and get it resprayed and along with whenever this thing gets fixed. But yeah, so I'll show you guys in a little bit what I mean. All right, so this is how it actually looks. And like I said, there was some damage to the actual to the actual front bumper. That's just from, I think, previous times. I have no idea. So I think what ended up happening is this fastener right here, as you can see, the thing's still there. This broke. It made my lip go under. It pulled the paint with this one, as you guys can tell, and then it just kind of ate it, specifically in this part, somewhere along the middle of this, because that way this one's damaged as well. A damage here and a damage here. So front bumpers, shit. So this is damage from the underside. As you guys can tell, this is fine, no major issues here until we get to this point. I was gonna put it standing up, but this is fragile, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. So yeah, again, this I believe is all fixable. You just, you know, reinforce it. This, you maintain the integrity. I do have this piece that goes here, so that should be of additional help, I'm assuming, even with the little indentation here. So I have all this. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is gonna go back to OEM lines until I get these fixed. And so I do have the front lip and the side skirts. I don't have a rear lip, and since you guys know that the 94-95 is a 3-piece style rear lip, what I can do, now that I'm thinking about it, I could go and buy a, I want to say it's a not a West Wing. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look it up. It's super inexpensive, and it gives it that OEM line, but I don't know if I can find it for a 94-95. So that's gonna be something I guess to look for. I don't really mind the OEM lines. I just obviously like the kit look much better, but shit, man, it's part of it, you know. Can't bitch and complain. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want. And yeah, like I said, I'm glad that all the structure here is where it broke. I think what helped was that it's not super fastened. I only have it fastened from that side and this side, for the same reason that this is fiberglass and I wanted some play on it. I think in this instance it helped, and I was able to kind of walk away from major disaster. As you can tell here, it was about to start shattering, and so shit. Yep, I don't know, it's it's not the end of the world, but god dang, you know. The funny thing, my wife told me, like, you gotta raise that car because it's just too low, and I came out of that freaking driveway super sideways, and it just happens, man. It just, so I do have extra paint for the actual bumper, but I don't know if it's gonna match up well. You know how it goes. Even the same thing, that's kind of what I'm concerned. If I take it back to the same shop, I give them the same code, the painter might do it differently. So I'm really close. The painter might do it differently, and then it's not gonna match the color. And so that's kind of the risk that you end up going with when you change the color of your car. But yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's crazy. It happens. Oh well, adjust. I'm not, by no means do I want anybody of you to think that I am not upset with myself, because I really am. The last thing I want to show is that I can care less about my stuff, because that lip was a lip that actually was for Miguel, as a thing when he had his coupe. One of my buddies, I told him, if I buy you that lip, would you stay in the core game? And he's like, yeah. And I end up buying it. Otherwise I wouldn't have bought it for me. And when I was about to give it to him, he's like, nah dude, I cannot take that from you. So I ended up rocking it myself. And so don't think that I just take these lips for granted. Like, I absolutely love that freaking lip. I know how hard it is to get. So I'm very upset with myself at the moment. So by no means when I send a message that I give two shits about it, or like, oh, no biggie. No, like, that freaking lip is so hard to find that I'm like, damn. But at the same time, I want to show you guys that we can't dwell on whatever's going on. And so we're gonna try to figure it out. When it comes to this, it's all good. Again, pick up another front bumper and hopefully it matches the same color. I just gotta get the right color code, because I remember that this color has like 3 color codes and I don't know which one they went with. And so that's kind of, obviously I'm gonna give them a color code and I'm gonna give them my gas cap, and so hopefully that takes care of it. But as we know, it's never gonna match 1000%. But yeah, it's just all right. Well, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, but definitely not the best thing we want to experience. So keep building. Don't go too low like me. Don't be stupid. Have a good day.